It's my honor to invite our guest Sri Dinesh K Patnaik. He is a career diplomat of the Indian Foreign Services with experience of over 25 years in a variety of interesting and challenging assignments. He has served an Indian mission in Geneva, Dhaka, Beijing, and Vienna. At headquarters, he has served in the European West External Publicity, Africa, and UN Division. Shri Patnaik served as a Deputy Chief of Mission at the Indian Embassy in Vienna from 2009 to 2012. He was India's ambassador to Cambodia from 12 to 15. He was India's ambassador to the Kingdom of Morocco from 2015 to 16. He was Deputy High Commissioner of India to London from 16 to 18. He was Additional Secretary, Indian Ocean Region from November 18 to July 19. And thereafter Additional Secretary, CVP and OIA from July 2019 to January 20 in the Ministry of External Affairs. Sri Dinesh K Patnaik assumed charge as Ambassador of India to Spain and Andorra on 16 January 2022. Mr. Patnaik holds a master's degree in business administration from the Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata. He holds a master's degree in advanced international studies from the University of Vienna and certificate in international studies from the Diplomatic Academy, Vienna. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Sri Dinesh K Patnaik.
Namaskar, everybody. It's wonderful to be here on this platform, United Consciousness International. And I thank Dr. Vikrant for calling me here because this is something which I enjoy a lot. Before I came here to Spain as ambassador, I was the Director General of ICCR, where we did a lot of activity, a lot of action on how to popularize yoga more. Now, I can go into many reasons why we need to popularize yoga. And of course, one of the few things is lifestyle management. But before that, I want to talk to you about yoga in Spain because we've just finished almost 5 weeks of yoga activities in Spain to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. Now, 5 weeks in 21 cities of Spain with more than 40, 50 activities, with more than 10,000 people participating. There's a huge popularity of yoga in Spain. I mean, I was myself very surprised. I mean, wherever I went, thousands of people coming up saying they practice yoga, they do yoga. And when I spoke to the Ministry of Sports in Spain, they told me there are today, according to the records, almost 20% of the population of Spain, which is about 5 million people who practice yoga in some form of the other. And this is very heartening news. And when I went around Spain, seeing all the different activities, we started in May 23rd in the Canary Islands, and we finished just last week, June 24th, at Jerez de la Frontera, which is in the south again of Spain. But we've done all over Spain. Wherever I went, I found lots of enthusiasts, and most of these enthusiasts were women. And this is what surprised me, but it also is in a way a very telling story of how the women are actually at the forefront of propagating yoga because they bring it into the family. Men, when they do it individually, but women bring it into the family. So they bring it to the children, to their family, even to their husbands. And this becomes then part of their own lifestyle. And this is important because Spain, I see all around me, yoga has become part of the lifestyle in Spain. And this is important because the last 2 years has shown us, especially after COVID, how important yoga is in maintaining health systems across the world. Because COVID told us that the two most important things for you to survive is to have a strong immunity and the strong capability to fight diseases, not just medicine, because we were caught in a situation where we could not find medicines, we could not find ways to handle this. We had no idea about the virus. I mean, we learned very fast, but we still do not have any idea of how to tackle the virus. So the only way we could tackle it is by making ourselves strong. And if you make ourselves strong, that is only through managing our own life, through making our immunity stronger. If you look back in the past, till about 10, 15 years, even 20 years ago, most of the diseases were infection-based diseases. So you had TB, you had AIDS, you had cholera, you had all kinds of smallpox, all kinds of infection-related diseases. we've done a very good job of stopping infection related diseases. Today, infection related diseases across the world are very low. We do not have too high. There still are cases. But today, you have cases of lifestyle diseases. You have increasing cases of diabetes, hypertension, heart diseases, blood pressure, sugar. These are all diseases which allopathy can treat, but they cannot cure. They continue because this is part of your lifestyle. You need to change how you live. That's the only way you can manage this new assault or new onslaught of new diseases which have come up. And this is everywhere. I see it around me, with my friends, with my colleagues, with my family. Everything we can see this, because the only way you can change it is lifestyle management, and yoga helps a lot in it. Because one of the greatest benefits of yoga, which very few people are understand, I mean many people understanding, I shouldn't say very few people understand, is that yoga reduces stress. When you do yoga, it increases alpha waves in your mind, in your brain, and the alpha waves distress you, because stress is ultimately the main thing which causes all these problems, whether it is diabetes, hypertension, blood pressure, is stress related. And today we live in a world full of stress, anxiety. Look at youngsters today. There was a research done recently which said that a large portion of youngsters today suffer from anxiety and depression. I mean, when we were growing up, I never knew what was anxiety and depression. Till recently, I used to fight with my children because I used to tell them depression is something you get rid of by giving one tight slap. I mean, it's stupid of me because I didn't realize how ingrained and how big a disease um, depression is. Depression is not just something which is a mental issue, it's an issue where it's actually a disease. And we need to look at all these things, because anxiety and depression, we're going to grow up to have children, the next generation of children, full of anxiety and depression. So, what can you help? You can help through yoga, because yoga helps you in a large manner, and not just asanas and exercises, because you have to go beyond asanas and exercises. The West, in Spain, they know a lot about asanas and exercises, but a lot of people have evolved to go into the next level, which is to go into pranayam, into dhyana, meditation. Because when we have done this, scientific evidence shows that when you do pranayam, when you do dhyan, when you do meditation, then your parasympathetic system of the body, which is, your adrenaline goes down, your parasympathetic system goes up, your blood pressure goes down, your hypertension goes down, sugar goes down. So in a way, you help your body cope with the stress, with the anxiety, by making it go slow. And this is important because this keeps you active. This gives you a mental frame where you are positive about things around you, because this is important. And not just asanas, pranayam, and meditation. Go beyond into your eating habits, into your diet. Look at diet, because yoga and with it Ayurveda tells you what kind of a diet, what kind of eating habits, how do you manage your own life. Because at the end, yoga and Ayurveda are a system of managing your lifestyle. How do you manage your daily routine? How do you manage every part of what you do? Like you take decisions on corporate affairs, or if you're working in a company or working in an organization, you take everyday decisions because you think about it. You think, what do you need to do? And you take a decision. But we never take a decision when it concerns our own lives. We always go by, oh, whatever is available, let's eat it. Whatever is available, let's do it. If we don't have time for exercise, let's just go and get into office. But we need to stop and take decisions. We need to stop and wonder whether what we're doing is right or wrong. Because unless we do that, we will suffer. And when we suffer, society will suffer. And we've seen how in the last 2 years, when everybody suffers, how traumatic it is for everybody. So it is important for us to manage our lifestyle, and important enough to manage our lifestyle through yoga and Ayurveda. But do it in a scientific manner, because it's very important. We have to a large extent, explain to people the scientific basis of what we are doing. It's not just faith based. Faith is important, and I will not discount it, but we need to do it in a scientific manner. And one last thing before I stop, we need to approach men more, because I find when women do it, it's wonderful. But the benefits of yoga, a lifestyle management, Ayurveda are much more in men. If men do it, unfortunately, what happens with men today, youngsters particularly, yoga and lifestyle management looks like something which is more feminine. They want to do things more macho. They want to do gym, bodybuilding, strong men, which is good. There is nothing wrong with it. It's a wonderful thing if you can manage your health. But the parts of yoga, which is about meditation, pranayam, dhyana, lifestyle management, these are things which will help men a lot. So, on behalf of all and on behalf of United Consciousness, I wish all of you a great International Day of Yoga, but more than that, a world where people understand how lifestyle is managed, how things are done properly, how yoga can help you lead a life which is fulfilling, compelling, and comprehensive in all ways. Thank you very much and namaskar.
Thank you very much, respected sir. It is always a matter of great honor that you give your time to us. And we all felt very surprisingly good that 20% of the population in Spain, you mentioned, is some or the other ways following yoga. It is very inspiring for people listening to you from India also, that when such a science is reaching to different part of the world, you rightly mentioned when women follow it, it reaches to the family, but you also gave emphasis that man should also start working on this. And as you rightly said, that earlier it used to be infection based diseases, but now it is lifestyle based diseases, and yoga is the biggest, one of the best tools to deal with it. And you mentioned the importance of yoga and anxiety and depression, how it can be dealt. And as you said, that every moment we take decision, and we need to decide, take right decision for life and health, as yoga helps us for our parasympathetic nervous system, creates alpha waves, and helps us to have a healthy life. I'm sure this comprehensive message on life management will inspire many of the people watching us from different parts of the world to start doing yoga practices in a scientific way. So kind of you, sir, for blessing us today. Thank you very much. Highly
Thank
honored.
you. Thank you so much.
Regards.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Sri Dinesh K Patnaik for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.